All right, so for the first question, we're gonna return true if there's any duplicate in this list and false if there isn't any. All right, so in most questions that you encounter for preparation, mostly for interviews, mostly for data science questions, um, the probably the easiest way that you can technically solve any sort of problem is brute force. So what we're gonna do here is just to have two for loops and then one that goes from the very beginning to the very last index of the list. And then the second one, which we call it J, goes from I plus 1 to the last. And then we're gonna check if, for example, the first element in the list, which is 1, is equal to any of the upcoming elements. We're gonna return true. And then like otherwise, like if we go for order for loops, and then we don't encounter any sort of duplicates, we just return false. So I'm gonna solve it with two for loops for I in range length of our list, and then for the second one, I'm gonna say for J in range, I'm gonna go from I plus 1 to the length of my list, and then I'm gonna just check if nums I is equal to nums J, return true, otherwise return false. So as you can see, I'm going through the this list twice. So this solution has a complexity of n squared. So I'm gonna submit it so that we can make sure that it's all right. Okay, we got it accepted. So this is probably like the easiest way that you can solve it. It's in O squared, but we can actually solve it in another way. The second way is actually to first sort the array, and then like because like the array by array I mean like because lists are technically inherently um, uh, actually implemented in Python in a dynamic array. So we're just gonna sort it, and then if there's any duplicate in the list, these two duplicates should be consecutive. The indexes of those should be consecutive. So what I'm gonna do is say nums.sort. So this is gonna sort the list for me. Just for information, like the time complexity of the sort method in Python is actually n log n. So this is gonna sort it for me. And by the way, the space complexity is just constant because it's in place. And then I'm just gonna go over the list just once for I in range length of nums -1 should be if nums of I is equal to nums of I plus 1, return true. If none of these returns actually get executed, at the end of the day, we're going to return false. Yeah, as you can see, this one's also accepted. So this sort algorithm is actually in n log n, and this is linear or n, and n log n is going to dominate this one. So this algorithm, which is the second algorithm, is going to run in n log n, which is better than n squared. But the best way that we can solve it is actually in linear time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna traverse over the list, and then every item that we see, we just store it in a sort of set, in a set hash map. And then if we see any sort of duplicate in the set that we have, we're just gonna return true. So I'm gonna define a empty set called scene, and then for num in nums, if num in nums, sorry, in scene, if we already seen it, that means a duplicate, so we're gonna return. sorry, my screen recorder app is just messing with me. All right, so if we've seen the number in the scene set, we're gonna turn true. Otherwise, we're gonna add it to the set. Otherwise, we're gonna return false. So as you can see, it's also accepted. So the way that it works, because sets are technically and inherently different from lists in Python, because lists are implemented using dynamic arrays, but sets are sort of like hash maps, hash tables, I would say. And the way that it works is just like lookups in sets is in constant time, but in list is actually linear, because if you want to check that, so let's say that we've defined a list here, like instead of a set we would have a list. In that case, each time we want to check that, like if a number exists in the set, like in the scene list technically, that would take on linear time, because the Python actually has to go through the list one by one and then to check if the number is actually equal to the whatever we provided. So sets are actually way more faster than list in this matter, and technically because whatever we have here, the num is actually the key. It's a sort of hash table that doesn't have any value. So that's why this is so fast. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much.